Hello, welcome back to my channel Logistics with NG, wherein today we won't be doing any logistical talk, by the way. Rather, we'll be talking about something which I'll come to that in a moment. But I would like to begin with a small observation, okay? So, in every workplace, there are some people whose opinions are taken more seriously, whose presence is noticed the moment they walk into a room, and who are often trusted with bigger responsibilities. Now, is it only because of their knowledge or technical skill? Not always. A big part of it comes from something called executive presence, which is our topic for the day. I'll be talking about what it really means, why is it important, and how it influences different aspects of our professional life. So, um, to understand this better, let us look at what executive presence actually is. Yeah. So it is not about being very loud, aggressive, or when you're trying to dominate a conversation, okay? It is about being very composed, being very confident, and clear in the way you present yourself. It includes your body language, like maintaining eye contact and having a confident posture. It includes your tone of voice, which should be calm, steady, and clear, and it includes your clarity of thought, being able to express your ideas in a structured and meaningful way. Okay, so in simple terms, if we say executive presence is the ability to make people feel confident about you and your capabilities. Fair enough. Now, instead of just defining its importance, let us understand it through a situation. Imagine a team meeting wherein a critical issue is being discussed. Now, there's confusion, there are multiple opinions, there's pressure in the room, and definitely stress. Now, one person he steps in, okay? He listens, whatever was going on, he quietly listens, he takes a moment, he gathers his thoughts, and then he speaks in a very calm and structured manner. He clearly explains the problem and then he suggests a few possible solutions. Okay, they do not rush. The person he doesn't panic and he does not definitely overcomplicate things. Now, what happens next? People they naturally feel that they need to pay attention to this person. They begin to trust his judgment and look at him as somebody dependable or maybe even as a future leader. This is the power of executive presence, by the way. It just doesn't help you speak, it helps people believe in what you say. Now, let us understand how this impacts different areas of your professional life. So, first is your professional image. Executive presence, it helps you build a strong and lasting impression. People start seeing you as someone who is a professional, who is reliable, and who is capable of handling responsibility. And over time, this image it becomes your identity in the workplace and it influences how others interact with you. Then, second, your communication and confidence. Okay, when you develop executive presence, your communication it becomes more effective. You start organizing your thoughts better, you start speaking with clarity, and then you express your ideas with confidence. And interestingly, I feel confidence doesn't just affect how others see you, it also affects how you see yourself. The more confidently you communicate, the more confident you begin to feel internally. Try this and let me know, I say. Third, leadership perception. Leadership is not about holding a position. In many situations, people naturally follow those who appear calm, confident, and in control. Executive presence gives you that edge. It makes other feels that you can handle pressure, you can make decisions, and you can guide a team when it is needed. And finally, career growth. As you move ahead in your career, your role becomes more visible. You may need to present ideas, interact with clients, or represent your team or organization. So, at this stage, executive presence becomes a key factor because opportunities often goes to those who not only perform well but they also present themselves well. So people who develop this quality they tend to go faster as they are already seen as somebody who is ready for higher responsibilities. So executive presence is not only about changing who you are, it is about improving how you present yourself in a professional environment. By working on your communication, by building your confidence, and by being aware of your behavior and body language, you can gradually develop this skill. Because at the end of the day, your ideas they matter. Your work also matters, but the way you present them matters just as much. So, it is not your work that speaks for you, it is your presence as well. Thank you.